Okay, let's get into what everybody actually cares about, and that is how did I lose 90 pounds. So if you haven't seen my prior video, I went from 230 pounds in 2023 to now being 140. So I lost 90 pounds between December 1st, 2023, and now we're in September 2024. So obviously when I was obese, I had a serious lack of control when it came to food. And I knew that I needed to address that mentally or I was never going to be able to stick with anything. So after doing some research, I decided that fasting was going to be what I was going to try. So I told myself, and yes, I got permission from my doctor prior to doing this, so don't freak out, but I fasted for 72 hours a week, and I told myself I was going to do it for a month. So Sunday at 6 p.m. until Wednesday at 6 p.m. I would not eat. Now I would obviously still drink water. I knew I was not going to make myself miserable and give up Diet Coke, and I did drink Gatorade or Powerade Zero during those 3 days, but no food. And then on the days that I did eat, I was averaging probably between 1,700 and 1,800 calories a day, which, if my math is correct, would be 12 to 1,300 calories on average per day when you look at a week at a time. I am not overly active. I don't really work out. I sit at my desk 40 hours a week, so that lower calorie amount worked for me, and I never felt bad. There were, of course, days where, I didn't have a lot of energy, or I was just a little bit tired, or, hungry, but overall, I felt so good fasting. That's why I did it for 6 months instead of just that 1 month that I told myself I was going to do it. And that really propelled me to be able to lose 90 pounds. Now, I stopped fasting after 6 months. So once I was closer to a healthy BMI, I just started eating in a calorie deficit, but I was eating every day. I didn't feel like the fasting was necessary because I really felt that I had kind of taken back some of that mental control around food, and I was confident enough to just eat at a calorie deficit. So that's what I've been doing for the past 4-ish months now. So obviously fasting is not for everybody. Everybody's body is going to react different. Not everybody can handle that mentally, but for me, it worked. I would highly recommend doing your research on intermittent fasting, even if it's just a day a week or only eating during certain times, because most people that have weight problems have control issues with food, and you never know, fasting might be a good way to learn how to retrain your brain a little bit, because for me it absolutely was. So I don't want to go on too long about that specifically, but 90 pounds, intermittent fasting worked amazing. So like I said in the other videos, stay tuned for all the other topics I'm going to talk about, but long story short, fasting, calorie deficit actually,